Adding mixed numbers. Suppose we want to add two mixed numbers, like 2 1/3 plus 3 1/5. We can do this by separating the whole number parts and the fractional parts and adding them separately. So we can take the 2 and the 3 and group them here. Then take 1/3 and 1/5 and group them here. Then we add them all up. 2 plus 3 is 5, so that part's easy. But now we have to deal with the fractions. For a moment, let's just look at the fractional part of the problem. If these fractions had the same denominators, then we could just add the numerators. But our luck isn't running that way today. We've got unlike denominators, a 3 and a 5. So how can we make our denominators more likable? Let's start out by doing something unexpected. Let's multiply each of our fractions by 1. Now, multiplying something by 1 doesn't change anything, and that's the point here. Let's look at the denominators. We need these denominators to be the same so that we are able to add the numerators. We need to make the change without changing the actual values of our two original fractions. To do this, we're going to take those ones that we're multiplying our original fractions by and convert them to fractions that are still equal to 1. That way, when we multiply them by our original fractions, we get new fractions that have the same denominator. And since we are just multiplying our original fractions by 1s in disguise, we won't be changing the values of the original fractions. The easiest way to do this is to multiply the denominators of the original fractions. 3 times 5 is 15, so 15 is going to be our new common denominator. Okay, we know where we're going, but how do we get there? We'll take those ones and give them a secret identity. Any number over itself, as long as it's not 0, is equal to 1. If I cut a pie into 5 pieces and then give someone 5 of those slices, I've actually given them the whole pie, or 1 pie. So 5 over 5 is equal to 1. And just like that, we can make the other 1 into 3 over 3. So while the 1s are being transformed into fractions, we aren't changing their values. We can use these new transformed 1s to transform our denominators. Now let's look at our original fractions. We're multiplying 1/3 by 5 over 5, and 1/5 over 3 over 3. When we multiply the denominators, we get 15. Yay! Common denominators accomplished. But we can't stop there. Since we multiplied the denominators, we need to multiply the numerators as well. To get 15 in the denominator, we need to multiply 3 by 5. If we multiply the denominator by 5, we need to also multiply the numerator by 5. This gives us 5 over 15. If we do this for our other original fraction, we multiply the numerator by 3, and this gives us 3/15. 5 over 15 plus 3 over 15. Our problem has now gotten much simpler. With our new and much more likable denominators, adding these is a piece of cake. We add our numerators, 5 and 3. Now we have 8 over 15. If we go back to our original problem, substitute our new and improved fractions, separate the whole number parts from the fractions, add everything up, and we get 5 plus 8/15, which is 5 and 8/15. Here's a general template for how to add mixed numbers. Be aware that sometimes the fractional part that you get may not be in the simplest form.